Today on my channel, I am going to share with you an original Danny's design using some of the colors that I just think reflects royalty and regality. Stay tuned. For this project, you will need one 8-ounce champagne flute, one pack of 6 champagne glasses. We will be using 2 of those. You will need 3 3.8 inches styrofoam packs. They come in packages of 2, but we will need 3. You will need diamond wrap. I am using gold for this project. Of course, you can use any color of your choosing. You will need 1 of these laser etched glass bowls. Any embellishments of your choice. I got these from the at-home store and I found them in the Christmas decoration sections, and you will need some greening pins for those. You will also need any assortment, any color choice of flowers, and of course your handy dandy tools. Let's get crafting. So the first thing we're going to do is prepare our crystal cut glass bowl, our glass champagne flute, and 2 of our plastic champagne glasses with this Krylon metallic gold. And I'm just going to show you what they look like after they have been spray painted. So here is one of the plastic glasses. Here is the glass flute. And here is the bowl, which I just think is very pretty after it has been spray painted. Now that we have spray painted all of our pieces, what we're going to do now is edge the brims of our glasses with some diamond wrap. And here on this champagne flute, we're not going to edge all the way up to the brim of that glass, and you will see why in the following segments of this video, but we are going to start maybe a quarter way down on this glass. And so all I'm doing is using my hot glue gun for this. I'm not going to use my E6000 glue because in past projects I have realized that E6000 glue often will pull away or eat the paint off, and so just using my hot glue gun to go around the middle of this glass until I get all the way around to the other side. Now I'm going to do this for this champagne flute, and I'm also going to do this for the 2 plastic champagne flutes. But the plastic champagne flutes, we're going to put that diamond wrap at the very brim of both of those glasses. So I'm going to finish this project and then I will come back to show you what it looks like. So now that we have prepared our champagne flute with our diamond ribbon, we are going to take our styrofoam ball, place it on top of that flute, press it down, twist it at least once or twice, and take it off to see the etching that we have made. Once we have made our etching and we're satisfied with it, we're going to go in now with our hot glue gun, and we are going to place some hot glue around the brim of that glass. Now make sure that you have hot glue. Maybe some will fall inside, which is good, and maybe some will fall on the outer rim, which is good, but we need that hot glue there to make sure that that foam ball is going to be sturdy and set when we're ready to place our floral bouquet. Now I'm going to set this to the side to dry, and I will be right back. Now for the next step, what we're going to do is quite simple. We're going to take our plastic champagne glass and remove the base. We're not going to be using the base for this project. What we need is the pointy end at the bottom of that glass. And now that we have exposed that end, what I'm going to do is find the center of that styrofoam ball, and I'm going to stick the bottom of that champagne glass into that ball, press down, and with the force or the weight of my hand, I'm going to make a hole for that champagne flute to sit. Now, of course, I am going to take my level and level it, and I apologize guys that this is out of frame, but trust me when I tell you that it is level to almost maybe 2 centimeters off. I could have placed it more, a little bit to the left, but I am satisfied with where it sits. Now that I have found my placement, I am going to take my hot glue gun, squirt some of that hot glue in there, and I am going to press down on that champagne plastic glass to ensure that it is sitting well in that hole that we created. Now here I am, and what I'm doing is again leveling it and trying to see if I can get it to sit the 2 centimeters to the left where I need it to be. I'm gonna set this to dry and then I'll be right back. So now that we have those 2 parts sitting and drying, I am now going to use my Gorilla 2-part epoxy to build up our topiary. And to do this, I am taking the Gorilla epoxy that I have mixed off camera according to the directions on the package, and I am going to place my glue on that outer rim of the middle of the bowl. Now, not much epoxy is needed for this part because the 2-part epoxy goes a very long way. And once I have placed it around the edge of that center part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my champagne flute and I'm going to place it right where that epoxy is sitting. Now this is going to be an easy process because of the laser etching that is on this bowl. You will be able to eyeball it more likely than if you were working on a clean slate. And as you can see, I am pressing it down, applying some pressure, and then I'm going to set it to the side to dry. Alright, so now that we have glued everything together in building up our tower, what we're going to do now is start to place our floral arrangement, or rather start to arrange our flowers on our styrofoam ball. And this is really an easy process, and it is up to you to figure out how to place the flowers that you have selected for your arrangement. But what you can see I'm doing here, I'm using a mixture of small roses, medium-sized roses, and large roses in the color scheme of pink, yellow, beige, and light pink. And so as you can see, I'm just going around placing my flowers on a slant diagonally down, and this will ensure on the underneath that you're not seeing the mouth of that champagne vase, but rather just the flowers and the green foliage itself. And so as I continue to make my floral arrangement, I am using, for the ease of process and logistics, my handy dandy Lazy Susan, which you guys have seen in several videos before, and I'm just going to continue this process going all the way around as I fill in any holes that are still left on the sides and on the bottom, and then as I continue to build up the top. I will complete this process, complete the process as well on the second styrofoam, and I will be right back to show you what it looks like. So here you can see I have finished the first ball of our topiary, and I have also placed my embellishments. I have also finished my second topiary as I'm holding up here. But while I was getting ready to place the second topiary on, I found that I could simply use this for a candle holder if I was so inclined. And so although my initial project was to place or have 2 balls to make that topiary, I just presented you with another idea if you chose not to go that route. And so what I'm going to do here, which is my original vision, is I am going to affix that second champagne plastic glass on top of the first one. And to do this, I am going to go in, I'm showing you the look again, sorry because it's not going to be in the outro because this is not what I set out to make, but just another idea. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my E6000 glue around the brim of that first champagne glass. And usually in other videos I have said to you, be careful not to allow it to fall on the inside, but in this case it is okay because those glasses are painted. We will not be able to see any glue that has fallen inside, nor will we be able to see the cloudiness that usually comes from using E6000 on plastic or acrylic. So now that I have placed my E6000 glue, I'm going to go in with my hot glue gun with just a few beads, and this is going to ensure that we are going to be able to continue working. And once I have placed my beads of glue down, I'm simply going to pick up my second topiary ball and place it on top, which is going to be an easy placement because the tops of these two plastic glasses are the same. And once I have found my placement, I'm just going to set it and forget it so that it can dry. And while it is drying, I'm going to go in, pull any glue fronds that's there, clean it up, set our setting, and then I'll be back to show you what our finished project looks like. Well, there you have it. Our champagne glass flower ball topiaries in the color scheme of gold, pinks, yellows, and beiges. Isn't it lovely? Now guess what? This piece actually stands at 28.5 inches tall, and if replicated in the same manner that I did in this tutorial, this piece would run you $37 each. Now of course we know this is based on your preference. It depends on what flowers you are going to use, whether you're going to use Dollar Tree flowers like I did, or flowers from a Michaels or a Hobby Lobby. It will of course either run you a little less or a little more. And if you so choose to use the same embellishments that I used from the at home and the Christmas section, of course those ran me $2.99 each. If you just wanted to use something else that maybe was a little expensive, of course the price of this piece would be fluid based on your preferences. But in any event, I think that what we have done here today on this video is beautiful, as well as any way you choose to recreate this for your event will be just as beautiful, or guys, even more. I want to thank you guys for watching today. To my Danny's darlings, as usual and as always, I thank you for your love, your comments, your suggestions, for your support. Please know that I appreciate all of you. If you are not yet a Danny's darling and you just happen to stumble across our channel today, kindly consider joining our ever-growing community of DIYers as we craft with and learn from each other on a weekly basis. Listen, the motto here on our channel is this: why buy when you can DIY? And so if you have found any value in this video at all, please be sure to comment, like, share this video so that others will be able to find and see what we are doing here in our YouTube world. My darlings, until next time, be well, take care of yourselves, know that I love you all. Bye now.